Hello everybody. Today we're going to be going through how to scrape a website using make.com. This is something I just learned recently using Make, and I want to show you guys how I'm going to be doing it as well too. This is just a step-by-step tutorial what I learned from Nick. If you guys don't know Nick, he has an automation course and I'm just kind of going through the course, so this is me teaching you guys what I've learned from him. And yeah, let's just see how this goes. Hopefully I'm able to scrape this website. This is a shoe, call it spring. I think it's just okay, these guys just sell everything. Like they sell footwear, sandals, boots, heels, flats, sneakers. They sell everything. They sell a lot of clothes, anything clothing related. It looks like they sell, right? So what we're going to be scraping, let's say we're into vegan white sneakers, right? And we want to scrape all the vegan white sneakers in this website, right? And let's say, so this is like the vegan white sneakers homepage, and we click on one of them. It has more information. It says, gives us a title, the price of it, and the sizes that they have. You can add it to bag. And there's more like product features, product details about it. You know, they got round toe, lace up, bed foam technology. So all good information if you're a shoe connoisseur. And yeah, so this is what we're going to be scraping. So right now let's start. Let's go on make.com. Make sure I'm actually recording. Okay. And we're going to log in. We're going to go into scenarios. Create a new scenario. HTTP, we're going to do request, right? So we're going to actually, let's title this first. Let's title this scenario. So we're going to put creating shoe scraper website. I could probably find a better, but probably better titles than this, but you guys can probably find a better title than I can. Okay, so we're gonna go on that, and we're gonna copy this URL right here. This is like the home page for the vegan white sneaker. So if I copy and paste that and put it into a separate tab, I just get a bunch of, all the sneakers. And this is what we want, right? So we're going to make a request here. Request. Yeah, let's see if this works. I don't even know if this will work. And so we got 403 error. The scenario was saved. What was it? You said don't have permission to access this. Okay. Let me come back to this. I actually don't know why this is happening. Maybe it's because we just don't have permission to do this. Let's see how we can get around this. Okay, get around this access denied. I'll be right back. And if you guys, 3, 2, 1. So I finally figured out why I'm getting this issue. So basically the reason is when we're calling this Call It Spring website, it needs something called cookies. And cookies are basically how Nick describes it is like a fingerprint for your computer. And when we're calling it using make.com and with no cookies or headers, as you see there's headers, I have nothing here. It's basically there's no fingerprint, and it kind of knows that it's a bot, and this is like, it's not a human that's accessing the computer. So a way to get around this, is what you can do is you want to right click, go to inspect right here, inspect, and so you see here in inspect, you see the elements section where it's all the HTML of the web page, so you can see like the whole web page, and as you like go down, it'll be like specific spec sections. So like here is like the div for like the cookie banner right here. These are just class names for it. You can really get into the inspect page. If you click on any web page and click inspect, you can really go down and see how they're coding this in the elements section, but we don't really care about this right now. We want to go on the network side, so go on network. And as you can see here, these are all the requests that are being made to the server side. So you see how here we have all this web page right here. We have all this pictures of these low top sneakers, everything here. These are all being when my computer goes to this URL, it calls this URL, it makes a request to the backend to say, hey, I'm calling this URL. Can you get the data for me, right? Can you get the data for me in the backend? And then it takes it the server says, okay, we're going to get that data. We got that data for you. Now we're going to put it into your computer. Now it puts it back into the computer, and this is how it's being processed. This is the output that you see, right? And in this network page, this is just every element that had to get processed to the server side and now back to us, right? So what we want to do is we want to go here, want to highlight this and click return, click enter, and then see it's loading up, just new requests, and we want to go to the top, and we just want to get any element, right? Sorry, any element. So we click this, and as you can see here, we have the general page, the response headers. We don't want the response headers, we want the request headers. And you should see something like authority, method, path, scheme, accept encoding, accept language, cookie. If you don't see this and you see something similar to like this, let me show you a page. If you guys see something like provisional headers are shown, disable cache to see full headers, and then you don't really see the authority, the cookies, things like that. What I want you to do is, if you don't see this, you want to go here to your reload page if you're using Google Chrome, right click it, empty cache and hard reload. It'll just empty your cache, and then you'll be able to see all this in the request headers, right? So what we want to do is we want to copy these values and keys, right? So on the left side here is all values, and these are keys. And so for example, here you see authority has www, call it Spring. The method that we're doing is a get method, and this makes sense because when we call this request, we're just getting that resource from the server and putting it into our computer. We're basically asking the computer so to dumb it down, we're basically asking the computer, hey, we're basically calling this URL, and we're saying, hey, can you get this resource for us? And then the server says, okay, let me get this for you. It gets it for us, brings it back to the computer, and this is what it's shown right now. This is the path. Scheme just means, I think, just HTTP, HTTPS. And then what we want to copy is accept encoding, accept language, cookie. Yeah, those, we'll start off with those and see if it works, right? So we want to go into the headers, and we want to click accept. So let's copy that, accept. I'm just going to copy that. Let me know if what I said makes sense, or if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I can try to explain it a lot better. Or you guys can just use ChatGPT and it can explain it a lot better than me. Up to you. What cookies and headers are. So now we're just copying everything. Accept language. I want to copy this whole cookie. It's a lot of text. Man, I got this huge headache right now. Okay. And yeah, this is pretty much it. We can save that, and then let's run it again. Booyah. Okay, green is good. And we got a status 200 code, so that means the request was good. That means 200 means good. Last time we got a 403, which means forbidden. So anything that's 400 means there was an error, something was wrong. 200s usually mean it's good. See, so these are all... Okay, this is just everything that we did. The headers, we don't need to know that. We need the data is what we need, right? So you see all this data. That's the request. This is everything from that website that we just... from this, right? From this website. This is everything that we got here. So we just did a GET request to this link. And you see all this data. Oh my God, this is really long. This is really long. Oh my God. It just keeps going. Holy jeez. You see boots, 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 sandals, sandals, sandals. Oh my god. Okay. String was originally 880, what? 8,862,237. So 8 million characters. Wow, that's a lot of characters. Okay. So now what we want to do is basically that data that we just got right here is just a lot of HTML and CSS that we just got. If you go into the inspect page right here, it's basically like a bunch of like everything that we got from here, right? Everything here is basically what we just called. So what we want to do now, since we made a request, we want to parse this into text, right? So parse HTML into text. Parse HTML to text. And then that's the data. Save. Ah, man. I really don't want to run this too much, but we'll see. Let's hope this works. Okay. Where is it? Oh no. See if I can copy this. Let me see if I can copy this because I'm just trying to run that module. Why is it not working? Okay, let me. Let me see what he did in his website. Yeah, that's what he did as well. Let's see if we should just copy all this. Okay, copy all this, save it. Let's just run this. Run this module only. Okay, so we see now a bunch of text that we got. I don't know why it didn't work when I made a request and then it went to here. I don't know why, but I had to copy all this into here. So we see footwear, all footwear, just giving us everything footwear. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. So we have the men's vegan white sneakers, that's what we want. We see Yoshida's low top sneakers. And what we want is, you see how Yoshida's low top sneakers, right? Yeah, I'm recording a video. Okay, sorry about that. My sister was calling me about something. So what was I saying before? Yeah, so with the Yoshida's low top sneakers, we see right here Yoshida's low top sneakers are right here. And we see that we have a URL, right? And in this URL, wait, to be honest with you though, we don't even need to really access the URL. Like, we could access the URL and get more information about Yoshida's low top sneakers, but they already have the price, the color, and stuff like that. But for the sake of this, let's just access the URL for the sake of this tutorial. So you see how there's a URL, low top sneakers, and like there's like a UC dash CAN / men's footwear sneakers Sunday white. Oh no, it's here. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Right here. CA/EN/men/footwear sneakers white sneakers Yoshida multiple, and has like a code, right? Like an ID or something like that. So if we copy this right here, and put it on top of here, we should get something. We should get Yoshida's. See, we got Yoshida's low top sneakers, right? And so basically this part is just adding onto, so if we go back here, it's just white sneakers, and then they're literally just adding .caen men's footwear sneakers when we click this, right? And what we could do is we can access each of these links, each link here, and get specific information like what sizes they have, the price, the product details, everything like that, right? So like, for example, let's say we go to Yoshida's, because right now, let's say we go to Yoshida's. Let's go to the top one. Yoshida's low top sneakers. There's not a lot of information here. It just gives us like the title, the color, the price, the color code, which doesn't mean anything to us. We don't really know what that means. But when we click on this, they have a lot more information, like the colors black combo, the sizes that they have, the product features, the product details. They have a lot more information, right? So we want to access this URL to get more information about each shoe. So what we have is, so what we are doing is we're making a request to this, URL right here, which gives us a list of all these white shoes, right? And within this link, within this request, there's going to be a bunch of other links that have specific, that they're going to have specific shoes. So for example, if I could draw this out for you, let's say you have one link, which we're going to do request, which will give us a bunch of other links for other shoes, for shoes in general. So the first link is going to be generally just, a list of shoes. And then when we access that link, there's going to be a bunch of other links. And within those links, the other links, like let's say they have one link and then there's a pyramid of like 10 different links. Within each link is going to be each shoe, and it's going to tell us like the product details, what sizes they have, prices, general, in each of those links, right? So the first link is just going to have the first link is basically going to have just general information about the shoe. Nothing crazy, no product details or anything like that. So what we want is the product details and the sizes that they have. But one thing I'm curious about is when do you know why this, I'm such an idiot. No wonder it didn't work, because I ran this model only. That's why this wasn't working. Okay, let's run once. Okay. Yeah, that's why I was like, what's going on? Am I dumb or something? Like, I literally ran this module only before, and this wasn't running. And I'm like, why is this not running? Like, why is it not running? You know, like, why isn't this not connecting to this, right? When I did this request. But yeah, obviously I got to run this, right? So if you want to run everything like this to this, whatever, like run this in flow, click this. If you want to run just this part right here, right click and then run this module only. And now that we got this, we're just getting this error. Transformer should not be in the last module in the root. Okay, it's not going to be the last module anyway, so we're fine. What we want to do is we want to so let's go down. What we want to do is we want to be able to get each of these links, like the Yoshida link, the Sundada link, this Dunrick, Yoshida's low top, this is Dunrick, I know I'm like butchering these names, Dunkirk link, Yoshida's like low top sneakers. I thought we just went through that. Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, it's a different color maybe. Fresh low top. So we want to be able to access each of these links, right? And what we want to do is we want to use something called regex, right? I'm not too good at regex, to be quite honest with you. I just learned about this recently. But we can probably do this pretty easily with regex. Okay, so I think how we did it, let me just see how we did it again, because yeah, extract individual URL.
Up on queries and that sort of thing. Now we're going to say extract URL, URLs.
Match pattern, that's what it's called. Match pattern. So we want to do something called match pattern. Is it match pattern? No. I think it's called something. I think that's just his name that he...
Let's say extract individual. Paste this. Okay, great. So I got another home. So that's great. Is I will take the string these and call myself. And case sensitive, yes, multiple. Either like isolate your IP and then from previous videos. Just try paste. Here's the nav bar information. Going to be and then I'm just going to check out my data source. So what I want to do is the Redfin scraper that is
okay. This is going to take a while. Let me just figure out how to regex it properly, and I'll come back to you in 3, 2, 1. That was a weak ass clap. Hello everybody. So I was able to find every occurrence of the links that we're trying to find. So let me run this again so you guys are aware. Hopefully it's good. Okay. So just to reiterate what we want to find every occurrence. Why am I going on this? Oh, we want to find every occurrence of these links, right? So every occurrence of these different links. And when we, sorry about that noise. And when we click each of these links, it'll take us to the actual shoe and gives us more information about the actual shoe. So that's why we want to go to these links, right? And what we want to do is we want to add another module. It was called text parser built in, and then match pattern. And the pattern that we want to do, I found this using ChatGPT. You guys can probably use ChatGPT, and the prompt that I used to find regex, to find like the actual to be able to isolate those patterns was to, let me just scroll up. I don't know why this isn't letting me scroll up, but I'll just go like this. Okay. So what I did is I gave it the text, gave it all the text that we got as our output, and then create me a regex pattern to isolate this. So I gave it some examples like .ca, white sneakers, Yoshida, multi, or this, right? Dunkirk, white P, right? And it gave me the regex. So to isolate all the URLs, we're going to use this, right? So it's going to use this to isolate it. And you can also use this regex 101 to help you out, to isolate text. And for example, if there was an error, let's say there was like an error and you weren't able to isolate anything, you're able to like debug, which is also helpful. And it also gives you like each match as well, which is nice. So it tells you match 1, match 2, match 3, all the way up to match 9. So I thought that was nice. It could give us more, it tells you every match, right? So, which is nice, it's a nice detail and it gives us more information. So what we want to do is we want to be able to get the regex, the pattern. So I already have it here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. Go in our make, and this is going to be the pattern. And we want to make sure we click global match. So global match will be yes. So basically what this is, it's going to return back every instance of the pattern. If we clicked no, it would only return the very first instance. After the very first instance, it would stop running this this module, right? So we want to click yes. Case sensitive, sure, should be the same. Multi-line, no, case sensitive. I don't think we don't care about case sensitivity. Text, this is the HTTP request. We want the text to parser, HTML to text. So we want the actual text, like the raw text that we're parsing from the HTML, and save that. And now we want to run it. So let's run it, and we got 9 outputs. So you see the bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3, bundle 4, all the way to bundle 9. These are different outputs. So this is the value, this is the key. It's basically JavaScript, if you guys are familiar with that. And as you see here, fallback match has all the URLs, everything that we need. And it's funny enough is the 9 bundles match the 9 matches in regex 101 right here. The text that I copied, it matches everything. So you see how there are 9 matches? There are also 9 outputs. So we know everything is correct. let's go back to see how many shoes were there actually. That's something I want to check, because so there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, 10 shoes. We're getting 9 outputs. Okay, for now it's okay. We're not too worried about that for now. Later on, you know, if you're running this for a client, maybe they want everything, but for now we're okay with just 9, right? We can try to debug that later. We don't really concerned about that one thing that we're not getting. So now that we've isolated each URL, now we want to go through each URL and actually we want to do the same thing. We want to do a request for each URL, so to get more information about each specific shoe, right? So you know how it says. So let's copy this actually, so make it more easier. Let's just copy this. And for example, you see how this is just a regular page of all the shoes. If we add this to here, .can, and click this, enter, we're gonna get a bunch more information. Sizes, add to bag, product features, product details, everything that we need to know about the shoe, right? So we want to do this 9 times for all the shoes, so we get a lot of information. We can put into like a Google Excel sheet or something like that, whatever we want to do with information, right? What we want to do with the information, with the data, is our choice, right? So now we want to do another request, HTTP. But why is it not? Something weird here, because it should separate by the bundle. Maybe I need to do advanced. Let's try advanced. Just see what happens. Request. Let me see something. I gotta check something, because I should be able to access each URL now. Now that I isolated each one, I should be able to access each of these. Like they should be giving, like make isn't giving me an option to access like each URL. All right, this is so weird. Okay, let me come back. Let me come back to this and figure this out. Hey guys, so I figured out why I was getting this, why I wasn't able to access this. So the reason is that this is actually an array, and this you see how it's I1, I2, I3, I4. These are indexes, and we have to access each of these indexes, right? So let's say if I run this again, so you guys already know what the output is, but just for vanity's sake, just so it's clear, I'm gonna run it one more time. Okay, request goes through. We translate, we parse the HTML to text, and then we parse it again. Let me actually, just so this is clear, let me rename this so you guys actually know what this is. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. Where's the rename? Get individual shoe links. Did I spell individual wrong? Okay. Individual shoe links. Okay, so now it's more clear. And then now what I want to do, I can do this. I think there's a couple ways to do this, but the way I did it was I have a tool called set variable. So I go to tools, and then I'll type in set variables, set multiple variables. Put that right here. And then I want to add an item. So we'll call this our test URL. And we want to copy paste this. So this is something I did before. So basically, let me explain what I'm doing here. I'm getting the array. So whatever the array is, I'm splitting it. I'm splitting this fallback. So fallback match is actually the link that we got, right? The individual shoe links, right? We're splitting it using this square bracket right here. And then we're just getting the first index of that, right? It's a little confusing. I would suggest you guys search up, if you guys don't know what get and split are, to go on ChatGPT and literally just type in like copy and paste this. Go to ChatGPT and be like, what is this in make.com? Okay, it doesn't. Okay, I guess. Or better yet, it's just to take a picture, take a screenshot, and have it explaining to you, right? What is this in make.com? So it kind of just explains it to you, right? So if I were you, go through ChatGPT whenever you're confused about something to have it explained to you, right? So now let's run this. When I run this, the operation I get each URL. So I get this URL, I get the second URL right here, third, all the way up to 9, right? And now that I've got 9 URLs, now I want to make an HTTP request to each of these, right? So now I do HTTP request. And what we want to do is, so now that we got the test URL, you see how .ca/end/men footwear sneakers, white sneakers, whatever it may be. What we want to do is if you guys remember, so let me go back. Oh. If you guys remember, right now this is College Spring, men's footwear, sneakers, white sneakers, right? This is just a general listing of all the sneakers. When I click it, the URL changes and it becomes this, right? So what we want to do is we want to copy this, copy it up till here. Okay. And we want to put the test URL. So test URL is going to be going here. And if I just tested it just like this, just like this, right? If I tested it just like this, we're gonna need a backslash. If I tested it just like this, I'm gonna get a 403 error like we got before, but I'll run it again to show you. See how I got an error? Operation failed with an error. 403 forbidden. Access denied. Why it's giving this is because we need the proper cookies and headers and things of that nature. So what we got to do is we got to go to here, inspect, network, reload the page. Let me just make sure this is recording too. Okay, it's recording. Doing all this talking and it's not even recording would be scary. Anyways, I go up to here, go to general response headers all the way down to request headers. You see how it says accept, so we're going to copy this. Accept. and copy, accept encoding. Accept language as well. We're going to add the cookie one as well. So cookie, this is important. And copy all this. Copy all that. And see how it's 3, 4, 5. You see how it's changing? It's getting all the requests. It's making requests to all the links. So now it says 9, 9. That's how you know it's done, because we had 9 links from the beginning. And if we click each one, so right now what we just did was we made a request to all the 9 different links. And if you see here, it says 200 requests. This is the first operation. And if we go down to data, we can see this is basically telling us all the data for this page, right? All the data, all the HTML, right? And let me just close that. It's a lot of information. This is doing the same thing, but it's doing it for a different URL. So if I copy and paste that, let me copy both of the URLs to show you that they're different. So if I go here, this is for Sunada low top sneakers. This is for Yoshida low top sneakers. You see how they're 2 different sneakers? We're doing requests for different URLs, if that makes sense. So now that we got all the URLs, we made requests to all the URLs, we want to parse each of these URLs, html.text, right? So before I do that, let me rename this so it's easier for you guys. Easier for us to understand. What was I going to do? What was I going to do again? I was going to do text parser. Yes, that's what it was called. Text parser. HTML to text. And what we want to do is do the data of all that. So let's try that. Let's see what happens. I want to see if it actually runs the operation 9 times. Okay, so it did it 9 times. Okay, so it's... Yeah. It did it 9 times. That's good. Very cool. So now that we've parsed the HTML to text, let me rename this. Now what we want to do is we want to get each individual price. So what do we want actually? Let's go to the website. What do we want? So we want the title of this, because what we want to do with this at the end of the day, let's say if I was a shoe connoisseur, right? And I want to know everything about white vegan shoes. I want to know the name of it, the price, what sizes they have, the product features, the product details, things like that, right? So what we want to do is go back to here, say operation 1, text. So here we have the price. We have the sizes available. Price. We also know that there's a white combo. There's a color. There's a combo white and a black combo. So it's two different colors. There's some description about it. Technology made from 30% recycled mattresses and completely vegan. Low top sneakers, round toe, lace up, BED foam comfort technology. So it's telling us a lot of information about this stuff. What we could do is, let's say we want the price, just the price. Give me 1 second. Like I think he did. How did he did it? How did he do it? Because he split it.
I will align this, and then let's call this extract price. Let's call this one extract estimated. Gonna work because this.
That's how he did it. So what we could do is, okay, I think I know what we want to do. So let's copy all this URL. Actually, yeah, we got to go from the beginning. Okay, let's go from the beginning and let's copy all this text. And we want to go to ChatGPT. I want to regex the prices of the shoe similar to this. In the text, it would look like this. See how the other one would look on the other side of the data. Let me go to the other operation to see how that would look. Maybe it would be a little different. Thankfully, these are all low top, so we shouldn't see any issues. They should all be pretty similar. Or like this. I know some of them had sale prices. Yeah, see, some of them have sale prices, so we have to account for those ones. But these are all relatively low top, so that's good. It's just going to make the regex a lot easier when we're parsing the text and matching it, so there's no really confusion. Let me just check this one to see if it's similar. So I think we should grab the surrounding label as well, just to make it more clear, because a lot of the text that we're seeing, like if you see here, we see 24.98, like en slash sale slash men 2039.99. There's a lot of dollar signs, and it's just gonna make it hard for the regex to actually. Because if I just say I want everything with a dollar sign, it's gonna get everything like this. We want to be a little bit more specific in our regex. So okay. Let's get that. Let's get this. Now let's go to regex 101. See if let's try operation 8. Okay, all of these were sales. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's see if it actually detects the sale. Okay, sale price, regular price. Okay, why did I do that? Why don't I just copy the whole text? I'm an idiot. Okay. So do that, copy that. Put that into regex 101. Hopefully it detects it. So what I decided to do was, since some of these in these listings are regular prices and sale prices, I want to isolate for sales prices and regular prices. So for example, let's say since this is sales prices and these are regular prices, the text is going to look a little bit different. So just in those cases, we're going to have to do two scenarios where we're going to have to create two modules where we parse the shoes that are regular price without a sale and shoes that are with the sale. So let's do with the sale first, right? So we're going to do match pattern of text parser and match pattern. The pattern is going to be this. We're going to use this. And so what we're doing here is we want to just get the sales prices, only the sales prices. And what we want, and we don't care about the regular prices for now. We're going to do that the next step. The ones that don't have a sale, we're going to get that in the next step. So global match, we want to do no because we just want to get the first occurrence. Case sensitive, no, I don't think we care. And that, yes. Click save. Let's run this. So it might not even get it for a lot of them, but I should get them for like at least 1, 2, 3, that's 4, 5, like 4 or 5 of them they should get. Okay, see empty, 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 empty. Oh, did we get something? Is this the right one? Okay, yeah. No. It shouldn't be. So the ones that come empty are the ones that we need. So you see how there's no output here? That means there was no match. But since there was an output here, that means there was a match. That's confusing. So see how like operation 1, there was no sale. This one has no sale. This one has no sale either. This one has no sale. This one has no sale. This one has a sale. Operation 5 has a sale. Operation 6 has a sale. Operation 7. Okay, let me change this to yes. This is confusing. Let me change this to and run this again. Because it should only... Okay, let's do this again. Okay, so now we got the sales price. But I don't know why global match should only... You click... Basically, well, my knowledge of this global match is we click no if we just want the first occurrence. If we want just the first occurrence, we click no. If it's click yes, we get all occurrences of that. Occurrences of our sales price, like the text that we were trying to match for. Okay, but I don't know why it's blank. This is something I gotta ask ChatGPT. But so now we've got the sales price. We got here. We got here. We got here. We don't have it here. That's okay. That's what we want, right? But I gotta ask ChatGPT this because this is really bothering me. When I clicked in the option no, it gave me it gave me, what did it give me? Output that matched sales. I thought global match returns the first occurrence. Okay, so it doesn't find unless it's at the very beginning. What if I want to scan the whole text and just find the first occurrence? Pick only the first match. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Anyways, it's working for that. So we've got the sales prices. We got the sales prices. And we're gonna rename this so we don't get confused. Rename sales price. We also want to get, so now we also want to get the regular prices for things that are regular. You know what I mean? So what we want to do is, let's copy this. And we want to get the regular price. So as you see here, low top sneaker, $69.39. So most of these are going to say 69. So the only way to check is to parse it. Make a regex for this. Let's just make sure. Let's just see another one. Let's see if another one matches this. Low top sneakers. Okay, yeah. That one's good. See, this isn't good, right? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Um, okay, yeah, we should be good. So that low Dunkirk one was like an edge case. Yeah. So let's do this. Make a reject for this, for these two. Nope. I don't think ChatGPT understood what I meant. Hmm. No, is it? Why is it in a separate line? Hmm. No, these. eh, Hmm. Wow, these are too many. Too many matches. Way too many matches. So I guess okay, this is gonna get messy a little bit. Let's just do it for low top sneakers first. Okay, low top sneakers. Since that's the one we want. Mm, okay, let's just do for this scenario. Okay, this is fine for now. The match Kirk dunks we're gonna leave out for now because this is just for tutorial. If we really needed it for a client or something like that, we can add it. But since this isn't too important, we can just add it. We can just make this as general as possible for now. As long as you guys get the main idea on how to do this. Okay. What was this match pattern? Text parser. Match pattern. I forgot to add this. Let's run it one more time. It didn't work. I'm not too sure why. Okay, let me go back. Let me copy this and see if it actually finds it. Okay. Let me try this one as well. Yeah, it's finding it. Like it finds it. So I don't know why it's not extracting the prices. Right? Like, let me try one more time. Like, is it just me? Maybe I am tired. Maybe I added something. You know? Hmm. No, we don't want that. Oh, it's getting... Um... Why is it not... So it's just... We don't want this. I'm really confused here. Let me see what the issue is. So I kind of found the reason why this was giving me such an issue. So before, let me delete this. Let me delete this router and add this, and then add this at the end. So before, this is how my thing was running. Basically, what my logic was, so basically I would get all the links right here, and I would parse it to get all the sales prices, right? So that, which I was getting from this, from here. But for some reason in this last module right here, I wanted it to parse from here, from this section right here. But for some reason it's only parsing from here. And I know there's no matches in sales price in this, like in this text, there's nothing to show. There's not like, there's no, it's literally just parsing. It's literally just parsing these ones, the ones that have sales prices and stuff like that. So what we could do is we could unlink this and make like a router, and then in this router it'll do these at the same time. So it'll get the sales price and also the regular price. So if you see here, it has the regular price, and also have the sales price, whatever it may be, right? That's another way to do it. But this is going to be very long. But now that we got the sales price and the regular price, this video is going to be too long, I think. I think you guys got the main idea of how to scrape data though. I can go, if you guys are interested, I can go more into depth about how I can get the summary, or even like, how to, let's say like, if I go into this text, I can get more information about like the details of this, you know what I mean, if you guys are interested. But this video is getting super long, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and catch me in the next one. Peace.